All right, Crosse Archery fans, we are here live at the 2019 Archery Trade Association show from Louisville, Kentucky. I'm here for our first video of the day with Thomas Lee. He's in charge of production and quality control at Hamskea Archery Solutions. A lot of customers know Hamskea as our best limb-driven rest that we have in the shop. We're here to talk with Thomas about what makes Hamskea go and some new products for this year. So take it away, Thomas.
Thanks, Dan. So this year we introduced the Trinity Arrow Rest, and what the Trinity is doing is it's in place of the Versa Rest. It's a slimmer design. We have a 3-bearing design versus a 2 bearings. We came out with a arrow holder that is removable. We introduced a new cord tensioner, a little bit easier than the ball design. All you gotta do is slide it to adjust where you'd like. Introduced 5 new colors, 4 earth tones. We have a tan, a coyote, a concrete, and an OD green. And then for our target version, we introduced silver.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I'm super excited about is that color. One thing that archery, we're kind of divas. Everything's got to match. My string color's got to match my dampeners, that kind of stuff. And this year I'm rocking a stone Verdicts from Matthews. And I came over here to make sure that they match, and you guys did an awesome job getting that Trinity to match that stone. I'm not sure if you guys can see that on the video, but it looks like it's just a made for the bow. It fits perfect, and you can't tell that that rest is a different color, and it's perfect. And I'm excited to put this on my bow. For more reasons than one. One, I'm going to look pretty, so that means I'm going to kill a deer.
Yeah.
Right? And 2, I don't have to put a rest cord into my cable. So can you talk a little bit about limb-driven, what makes it different, what makes it better? You know, what it won't do to your bow, tying that rest cord to the limb instead of the cable.
So all of our rests are configured and limb-driven. You can set it up any way you want, but we prefer limb-driven because with limb-driven, the arrow stays on the launcher for 2/3 of the shot cycle. Where if you set it up as a cable fall-away, it stays on about 7 to 10%. So we're getting that fixed blade steering, but we're getting that fall away, drop out of the way so the arrow can go through.
Yeah, so what you're saying is you're going to have more contact with the rest during the shot process, so that when you're steering that arrow a little bit better, because that drop away is out of the way right away, which is good.
Yes.
But your arrow it's not always going to be running with that burger hole for center shot.
Exactly.
With this guy, it stays up a little longer, but it's still going to get out of the way.
Exactly.
Because your limbs are always going to move.
Yes.
Right? All right, so can you tell me that gets thrown around a lot recently as far as finishes go? A lot of guys are getting their guns and bows dipped in Cerakote or finished in Cerakote. What made you guys do Cerakote for your rests, and then kind of what's the process? What's the benefits versus just a black rest?
So our current style is an anodizing, and anodizing fuses with aluminum. We wanted to do colors, and anodizing is not consistent from batch to batch. And so when researching this, we wanted a strong material that can be beat up in the woods, doesn't sun fade as easily, water resistant, but also just reliable altogether. So we researched into Cerakote, and Cerakote, if you don't know, Cerakote is used a lot in the military and the gun industry.
Okay.
And so a lot of guns are Cerakoted. Barrels are Cerakoted which will withstand heat, and stocks are all custom made. But we went with it because it's a strong material, and this is actually a sprayed-on material. It's all hand sprayed, each part, and then it's cured in an oven.
Okay.
It bakes in an oven for about 2 hours, and it hardens that paint. If you're getting really technical with it, with flex, if you were to heat up a ball and get it red hot and flex, the Cerakote won't chip, it won't deform or anything like that.
So instead of an OD green ball, you just have an OD green piece of metal it doesn't chip or bend. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So my biggest thing is, we'll have Matthews on the shelf, and that concrete, matches perfect. We've got a couple other camouflages. So Bowtech just last year came out with that flat dark earth, right? And I held this up next to a Bowtech flat dark earth, and it is spot on perfect. With some of the Hoyt, they went to I think it's Cuyu Verde, I think it's 2.0.
Yes.
That's identical. This guy matches really well with the subalpine. The concrete would look awesome with an elevated tubo too. And I know I'm getting into colors and stuff, guys, but we make strings in the shop, make them pretty, so we want your rest to be pretty too. So look good, shoot good. So I'm so excited about these colors, because you come into a shop and you're getting a black rest. And you guys have thrown a curveball to people. We're more choices, so we're going to be spending more time in that rest aisle talking about the advantages that a Hamskea has, but then also once we decide on a Hamskea, then we go and decide on what color Hamskea we want.
Yeah.
So once we get the rest on the bow, another thing I love about Hamskea is that micro adjustability. And that Trinity comes standard with micro adjustability, right?
Yes, we're not going to offer it in the standard microtune or the standard up-down. They're just going to be offered in the microtune.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Just kind of what the microtune does, what we can use it for?
Yeah, so with our rest, we have 3 holes this is called a riser bar. There's 3 holes here and there's 2 holes here. So you have a lot more adjustability than if you were to loosen this screw and max it out. Mm-hmm. You can actually take it out and adjust it even further. So it'll fit. It doesn't matter what bow it is, it'll fit and
or how bad my grip is, I can move it as far outside as I need to.
Exactly, and it's you can fine tune it anywhere you want it.
That's awesome. So like we talked about, guys, Tom and your last name's Tom. Thomas, there we go. Thomas and Hamskea have some really exciting stuff this year. I'm excited to put a Hamskea on my bow this year. I'm excited to not have to split a cable. My thumbnails can be short again. I don't have to split cables to put rest cords through there. And I'm excited for you guys to get your hands on this Hamskea and see how awesome it is and how gorgeous they are and how great they look on a bow and how great they work. So I really appreciate your time. Guys, this is video number 1 of question mark. We're running around the ATA show floor. Tell us who you want to talk to. Tell us who you want to hear from. We'll try and get in front of them all and give you guys videos back in Wisconsin. So appreciate your time. We'll see you again soon. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.